Hey everybody, it's yours truly, Chicken Nugget King 313. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 374 subscribers. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and even leave your thoughts down below in the comment section as we go, man. We got Matt Barnes. We have Stephen A. Smith. Trading words back and forth. I got clips. And for me, in my perspective, Memphis is culturally one of the best cities out there culturally. When you have Justin Timberlake, when you have Drake, well, you have Dennis Graham being the father of Drake, who comes from Memphis. You got Glorilla, you got 3-6 Mafia, you got Young Dolph, you got so many attraction type of names that come out of Memphis. And even Pooh Shiesty, he comes out of Memphis. So when you speak about Memphis, make sure you talk about the culture. Don't talk about the city. Talk about the culture. Talk about the rhythm that they have. Talk about the renaissance that they have. Talk about the way people are when they talk with their different slang out there. Their slang that's so different out there, it's not even funny, man. And big ups to Memphis as a city and big ups to the people of Memphis, because if you're watching this, you're gonna love this. And I know you're gonna like it, and holla back at your boy Chicken Nugget King 313, because I myself haven't had the experience of going to Memphis, but I would like to see Memphis from afar, because Nashville Grizzlies does not look right to me. That is a name that looks utterly just awful to me. And I don't like the way LeBron approached that, because I think LeBron should have approached it a lot differently and had a different take on Memphis. And I get that he didn't like the hotels. I get that he didn't like the facilities, because some players are not going to like facilities. Some players are not going to like, hotels. But when you look at it from a different scope, you could have answered things in a PR way and not get looked at in a bad scope where you got sales and merchandise and jerseys and shoes going so low in a city like Memphis, because those people out in Memphis, believe it or not, actually supported LeBron. They actually were fans of this man. They never talked down on him and looked at him as a man that can't ball, a man that doesn't deserve to be in the top 5, top 3 discussions when it comes to Michael, Dr. J, Kobe, and, others in the game of basketball. So with that being said, we're going to get straight to Stephen A. Smith, and we're going to get straight to Matt Barnes with their clips and their takes on this whole Memphis debacle. And again, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 374 subscribers. And leave your thoughts down below, because we would like to hear from you. Yes, I would like to hear from you. Let me reword that. I would like to hear from you, the people. Yes, the people, on how you feel about this Memphis debacle and more. And oh yeah, big ups to the champs out there, national champs, Go Blue to be exact. They won and they beat the UConn Huskies in a big pivotal, and I mean pivotal, national championship game where 2 versus 1, and Dan Hurley and Coach Dusty May, they definitely had some chestnut checkers type of moments in that game. And it was a low scoring game, not a high scoring game. Yaxel Landenborg played, Solo Ball played, and those guys are tremendous players. And that's for a whole other topic, a whole other video. But for right now, we're talking about Memphis. Holla back at your boy, Chicken Nugget King. Look at these clips.
So I just saw a video of Stephen A. Smith having an issue with LeBron on a golf course with a bunch of white boys, as he put it, talking about Memphis and how they should move to Nashville. And if you've been paying attention on social media, it's kind of a trending topic right now. I played in Memphis, got a lot of love for the city, but there's no doubt that the city needs to upgrade when it comes to its facilities for pro players. But Stephen A., you shouldn't have a problem with that. You're talking about his words and what they mean to the black community. But you've been the same man in front of the camera for the last handful of months, disrespecting Serena Williams, disrespecting Jasmine Crockett, disrespecting Kamala Harris, and tap dancing for the whole Republican Party, the whole white Republican Party. But you got an issue with LeBron talking about a trending topic, and his words carry weight, and he doesn't understand what his words can do to the black community. Do you understand the bullshit you're talking and what that can do to the black community? We all used to have a lot of love for you, bro, particularly me, because you looked out. But we're not going to forget the bullshit you on right now.
There's some straight BS y'all coming with. So let's talk about it. Let's dissect everything that's transpired. So none of us hiding. Let's talk about LeBron. Why y'all all acting, were y'all flamethrowers? You employed by the brother? Why are we overreacting to every damn thing that he's LeBron? He makes news. I report on it. I'm not an influencer. It's my job. It's my job. Y'all volunteering. Influencers. I'm a reporter. It's my job. I ain't just sitting up there smoking some weed and then I decide, yo, I want to get this off my chest. Looking like I'm doing one of them Spike Lee videos where I'm strolling on some chair or whatever while I'm talking shit about somebody I'm supposed to be cool with. I'm doing my job. So let me do that job. LeBron James is critical of Memphis. What I said was, because Memphis, the city, is 63% black. And you're talking about the team needing to move from Memphis to Nashville. We know that economically they struggle. We know that once upon a time, crime, pestilence, etc., homicides, murders, thefts, etc., was real prevalent. And then Paul Young came in there and has admittedly and has definitely steered the city in the right direction, and major props to the mayor. But it's still an issue. What I was saying was, knowing how economically ravaged the departure of the Memphis Grizzlies would be, it's not a great look for one of the greatest players in the history of basketball to flippantly discuss the matter on a golf course with a bunch of cats that don't look anything like the 63.5% of the population in Memphis. That the subject needed to be treated with more seriousness than it deserved. That's it. I didn't say LeBron James was awful. I didn't say that he was terrible. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying, yo, because of who you are, might want to be careful. And it warranted that. That's what it warranted. This is a conversation about respect. Matt Barnes, you know that on my worst day, I would never talk about you like that. Not in a million goddamn years.
Hey, those were clips of Matt Barnes and Stephen A. Smith with their comments to each other, which is a response of, Memphis and LeBron's take on Memphis. And let's just say this. Matt Barnes and Stephen A. Smith are both making a pavement for us young brothers out there that are trying to make a way in the sports world, whether if it's media, whether if it's athletic. They're definitely making a pavement for us in, a huge way. So big shout out to those brothers for, speaking the real and coming, to be real and showing that, look, we could be whatever we want to be if we put our mind to it. And, Matt Barnes is a guy that plays defense so well. Even if it's off the bench, even if it's starting, the guy is a great contributor to an NBA team. I wish he was a contributor for this team with Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And I know all the smoke have their, thoughts on the Pistons, the new and improved Pistons that are like first place, which is like first seed in the East, and they're dominating pretty well. And I know he has his thoughts on that, and I can't wait to hear that. Big shout out to Steven Jackson, Stack 5, with his music and his talents in the NBA. He's been around the league. He's been around the world. And he even played with the San Antonio Spurs back in 2003. For those that don't know, now you know. And as for Stephen A. Smith, I know Stephen A. Smith from, quite frankly, way back in the day in the early 2000s when he was going at it with Skip Bayless, doing, First Take. And First Take has great numbers and it's solidified great success, whether if it's him, whether if it's, Shannon Sharp, whether if it's Cam Newton, whether if it's guys like Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins, shout out to Kendrick Perkins. Whether if it's anybody that's in that spectrum of First Take, it's going to take off in a sense. So big ups to him for, paving the way for me and paving the way for many other players and, young media influencers who want to step into this world of, sports media and, ask the right questions and develop great relationships with these athletes from afar. But, it's all about respect at the end of the day. Stephen A. Smith is right on that. He has a great pinpoint on that. He has great pinpoint on how LeBron should have said his words. You know, he should have just said it a little bit more PR wise, like how I said in this, earlier in the video. Just be PR wise about it. Don't be, out of context and just say things that might rile the city. You just riled the city. You just got this city so pumped up to the fact that they don't even want to buy your merch, your shoes, or even fuck with you anymore. They're probably unfollowing you on Instagram right about now. And I did see a clip where you're talking about, in an interview where they asked you about your comments on Memphis and you said, well, did I say anything about black people? No, you didn't say anything about black people, and that's a fact. But you got to look at it this way from a different scope, LeBron, is that when you're talking like that, people are going to look at you and say, are you talking about the facilities? Are you talking about the living? Are you talking about the building, FedEx Forum? Are you talking about, the players? Are you talking about, the metric of being in Memphis as a whole? Are you talking about those things? Because it ain't about black and white, because we're all human. We bleed the same, we walk the same, we talk the same. But are you talking about that metric instead of the outside metric of the way it is in society out there? Are you talking about that? I mean, if you are, just address that, because Draymond Green could address that pretty quickly for me, and I might, add salt to the wound real quick that Draymond Green, your national championship, that's not coming to the, Spartans at any time, because the Spartans will never, ever be national champions ever again. That was 2000. I know you're going to throw some, jabs at me too, but, you gotta, attack things differently. You can't just sit there and just be like, well, did I say black people? No, you didn't. But you gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta word things better. You gotta attack things better. You gotta press things a lot better. And if you may, with your status, send a apology to the city. Send it. Because these fans are pissed. They're very, very pissed, and they can't wait to go off on you. So to any athlete that happens to just feel the same way like LeBron feels, let it be known. There's going to be players that's going to sit here and say they don't like New York, that don't like Chicago, don't like Detroit, don't like Milwaukee, which LeBron said in a clip I watched before making this video. There's players that's going to feel some type of way about Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, San Antonio, Seattle, Denver. It's going to be so many places that athletes are going to talk about and they're going to say things about right in this type of scope. So they have time to address this. They have time to fix this so that way fans won't feel some type of way about this. And yeah, to the haters that hate on Stephen A. Smith, lay off the weed. Lay off of it. All right? Lay off of it. Because you're making yourself sound stupid. All right? You're hating on a guy that's a straight shooter. You're hating on a guy that literally embodies what it's like to be on ESPN or be on FS1 or be on any big time platform. I get that you might think he's a coon, but he still is uplifting and doing everything he can for the HBCUs and more out there, even for me. Look, I'll say it like this. If it wasn't for Stuart Scott, Stephen A. Smith, or, guys like Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski, or guys like Brian Windhorst, guys like Scott Van Pelt, guys like Steve Levy. If it wasn't for those guys, Chicken Nugget King would not exist. Skip Bayless. So many great names in sports media. I would not exist if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't even be at the forefront. I might be an influencer, but I'm a pretty damn good smart influencer that uses his brain. Not just, hey, I'm going to wake up one day, like he said, and say, hey, I'm going to take a toke of this joint and smoke and act like I am a real sports guy. No. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to get up on this spectrum and say what I feel. Because that's what I feel. I'm going to speak my mind and give you my thoughts on how I feel about every single sports topic. So he's never wrong. Both ain't wrong. Both is right. But when it comes to comments on a city, when it comes to comments on facilities, hotels, people, valets, you gotta address that. You just can't let people sit there and just get angry. Address it. You can't. So get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. Like literally, get your head in the game and do it right, because your management ain't doing it right. Rich Paul, he needs to do it right. He needs to speak up right now and say something. He might give an apology. But let me know in your comment. Let me know what your comments are. And, let me know what your thoughts are, comments are on the situation. Leave them down below in the comment section right about now. And hit that notification button for Chicken Nugget King 313 Sports Talk all day, every day. Make sure you, hit me back and holler back at me. But for right now, hit my theme music and like, share, subscribe. And big ups, much love to all the peeps out there that like and subscribe and for real watch the videos, okay? Like literally, just don't watch 1 minute and then, I say I watched. Just watch it all, okay? Enjoy the sports talk I bring, and enjoy the game day vlogs. Enjoy all of it, because it's a lot more where that came from. I got a special draft day round 1 vlog for you. I will be at Ford Field, One Pride, so you better step up and show out like you always do, and holler at me and say hi. So with that being said, hit my theme music, holler back at your boy, One Pride. We repping Detroit all day, every day. Chicken Nugget King, I'm out.
Yeah. D-Town. CNK. What up, though? Pull up to the lot in a Stafford cap. Wing sauce stains on the throwback strap. Spartan in my heart, tiger on my sleeve. Pistons in my pulse when I breathe. Talking that trash on a Monday morning. Snow on the porch, but the takes run warm. Mic in my hand, I'm a Midwest king. Crown made of chrome from the box I bring. I'm the Chicken Nugget King of Detroit Sports Talk. Look it in the sauce when I call that shot. From the couch to the call, everybody gon' sing. Bow when you hear that ring. Nugget King, Chicken Nugget King of Detroit Sports Talk. Every hot take come with a crispy drop. From the rink to the field, I'ma rain all spring. Bow when you hear that ring. Nugget King. Lions on the screen, I'm a couch side coach. Calling out plays with a full mouth boast. Grease on my fingers, stats in my brain. Give me one more tray, we can run that game. Red Wings red, got the jersey faded. Old school clips when the fights got rated. I'll bet you a box on a rivalry win. You can taste that dub when the squad skates in. Oh, yeah. I'm the Chicken Nugget King of Detroit Sports Talk. Look it in the sauce when I call that shot. From the couch to the call, everybody gon' sing. Loud when you hear that ring. Nugget King, I'm the Chicken Nugget King of Detroit Sports Talk. Every hot take 'em with a crispy drop. From the rink to the field, I'ma rain all spring. Loud when you hear that ring. Nugget King. Who need rings when you got these bites? Gold in the box under playoff lights. Turn up the phones, let the whole town cheer. If you hungry for the truth, you can call in here. I'm the Chicken Nugget King of Detroit Sports Talk. Dunk it in the sauce when I